car with a royal pedigree is up for auction this weekend. The Rolls-Royce that served as a limousine for Queen Elizabeth II during 2 of her New Zealand royal tours.
Queen Elizabeth's tour of Aotearoa in 1963. Thousands lining the streets.
People had taken every vantage point in balconies and windows.
A momentous time for the country at the height of the royal family's popularity. The Queen travelled from the top of the North Island all the way to Invercargill. She arrived into each town hand-waving from this Rolls-Royce Phantom, a ride fit for royalty. And now it could be your own royal ride. It's up for auction this weekend. A car rich in history and all the bells and whistles for a queen. It's expected to fetch up to $200,000, a price tag possibly only royalty can afford.
I'm sitting exactly where Queen Elizabeth sat 60 years ago for both of her New Zealand tours in 1963 and 1970. And this beauty was made just for Her Majesty. And you can tell she's requested wool seats instead of leather. And there's also a cocktail cabinet with silver goblets too.
It's expected to fetch up to $200,000. A price tag perhaps only royalty can afford.
Yeah, so for more, we're joined by Keelan McAleer, Webb's head of collectors, cars, motorcycles and automobilia. Good morning, Keelan. Thank you for being with us. Gosh, it looks good and behind you there. Where has the car been? I mean, what was it? Was used back in 1970? Where has it been hiding?
So it was looked after by a government department for many years after which, and then our vendor's father bought it about 40 years ago and actually used it as a wedding car. So you can imagine that this has been hugely luxurious back then and is still luxurious now. It was put into storage for about 30 years after that. They took it out about 10 years ago, done some nice restorations on it and got it back on the road. And now it's ready for a new owner and a new queen.
I love it. Now, I know we heard some of the features in the story we just did, but I wonder whether you can give us a little bit of a tour and show us around about some, other interesting things about this car.
Absolutely. So if you come in here, it's fully decked out in wool seats as per her preference. That would have given her a really comfortable cabin, would have absorbed lots of sound because she would have been in this car for hours, going the length and breadth of the country. Fully decked out in triple wood panels. The wonderful little cocktail cabinet, so she might have enjoyed a little vodka martini at any hour. And we even have an ashtray here. I don't know if she smoked, but could have back then. But this would have been, when this car was brand new in 1963, this would have cost £10,000. So in today's money, that's about $600,000, just to give you an idea. So this is a comparative bargain now.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, what are you expecting it to fetch? We heard the number $200,000. Are you expecting it to go that higher, or would you like to see it go much higher?
We'd love to see it go much higher, but we've estimated between $175,000 and $200,000. We've had one royal car before a few years ago, and it sold for about $180,000. So I think it'll go to a collector within New Zealand, as the value of its provenance will really stay here in the country, and somebody can enjoy it for many more years. It's still so luxurious now and really, really special.
Yeah, it does look luxurious. Although, can you just give us a peek at the what do you call them? Seatbelts. They look very
the seatbelts, okay.
Yeah. Can we have a look?
We actually don't have any seatbelts here. So in certain... No. So in certain classic cars, you can get away with not having them. But if you look here, we've got a few here on the driver's and passenger side. So yeah, the Queen doesn't need well, she would be totally fine.
So Keelan, when is the auction? If people have got a little bit of cash hanging around, want a little bit of history, when is it on?
Yeah, the auction this Sunday, the 11th at 2:30 p.m. at Webb's in Mount Eden. You can come and view it all week in the gallery. We're here every day, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Love it. Keelan, so appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Keelan McAleer joining us this morning.
Thanks.
Get it. Get it, people, get it.
That'd be good for your boys, wouldn't it?
You can pick them up down at the back.
Imagine from football or something, muddy boots in the back of the car.
Yes, I was going to say, have you seen the inside of my vehicle?